our couch to your couch.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm back. We got some more whiskeys.
Yay.
So last month we were in Scotland.
Had an alright
Haggis.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of people with that Ardbeg. It's been nice not being the one drinking it.
Yeah, that shit you not, that Ardbeg is still sitting on our kitchen counter, and people that keep coming over keep drinking that shit.
Yeah.
It's just, I see the bottle, just the
Okay, just
level
take a
slowly
shot.
going down. I'm like, we're not, me and Homeboy aren't drinking this.
Hell no.
I don't know who's
touched
drinking
it.
this.
Haven't touched it. Haven't poured a shot for
Random
anyone.
guess.
They do it to themselves, technically.
I know I actually finished it off when I came over on Monday.
Oh, it's gone now?
It's gone now.
Thank the heavens.
It's empty.
Sweetest
It's
Jesus.
gone.
I killed it.
Sweetest Jesus.
I killed it. It is
Deserve
gone.
to die.
But yeah, so we were in Scotland.
Yep.
This month we're in Japan.
Hoi!
Yeah.
All right. Whiskey-doo.
Whiskey doo
Whiskey.
But yeah, so I brought some Japanese whiskeys.
All right.
And just to give you a little history about Japan and whiskey,
Oh, teach me.
they first started commercially making whiskey in 1918, I believe. Is either the late teens or the early 20s.
Oh, so
Is when they started.
recent in terms of whiskey. So 1918 to somewhere
Yeah,
in the
it's
20s.
late teens, early 20s. I
Alright.
don't remember the exact date.
Cool.
But what they did is there was a wine merchant who was very successful, and he wanted to start dipping his toes into whiskey. And so he opened a distillery, and he hired on a guy named Masataka Takatsuru, who spent several years in Scotland actually learning the art of distilling
I'll bet that was
Scotch.
interesting for those Scottish people.
Yeah, probably. They're like, why is his fucking eyes all slanted?
I would like to see a movie about that.
What?
It's like The Last Samurai, but instead of...
Not gonna do it.
It's like The Last Samurai, but instead of Tom Cruise, it's like a Japanese dude
Ken
making
Jeong.
whiskey in Scotland. That's a movie I would pay to see.
Why do you talk this way?
But yeah, so Masataka Takatsuru, this wine merchant, I can't remember his name, but he hired Takatsuru on to be his like master distiller. Basically, like oversee all the distilling processes in the distillery. And so, as a result of that, since he spent so much time in Scotland learning how the Scottish people make whiskey,
Scots. Yeah.
Japanese whiskey is very similar to Scotch.
Cool.
It's for the most part, it is all malted barley,
Word.
just like Scotch
sense.
is. You know, it's mostly
Yep.
single malts. In fact, the two we have here are both single malts. And obviously, with that, it comes with a lot of similar flavors, but there's also some differences as well
I'm sure because they like to throw a lot of flavors and stuff,
that they do.
which is cool. I actually like a lot of their flavors. I have the question to ask, though.
Yes,
Is there a rice whiskey? Just had to know.
there is
Yeah,
actually.
there is actually. I looked
There
that
is
up.
actually.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Googled it.
called
That's a thing?
It's called
Yeah.
Kikori.
Oh, shit.
It's a whiskey
Okay.
made from rice. Yeah.
Fuck fine.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
I might bring it on someday, but
I'd give it a go. Hell yeah.
I've never actually had it, so I'd be interested to try it for sure. But
See, what interests me about, Japanese whiskey is I know the Japanese as craftsmen, when you look at something like sushi and the food they make, they're like so precise,
Yeah,
and
meticulous.
so attentive to detail and orderly. And I expect to see some of the same things in the
Yeah,
whiskey.
I expect to taste that. So
and you will.
bring us into our first one.
Yeah. Speaking of tasting,
Yeah.
let's do some tasting. All right. So what we got here is Hakushu 12. It is a single malt that's been aged for 12 years in American oak, I believe. Used bourbon, much like Scotch.
Word.
Used bourbon barrels, American oak bourbon barrels. And yeah, what are you guys smelling out of it?
Alcohol.
Got some scents?
I am not going to lie to you. This time I really do smell bananas.
Do you?
I fucking do.
Psychosomatic. Word of the day.
And I swear it's not just because you said bananas like 2 minutes earlier.
I don't
It's-
smell
I
dick.
really, I smell.
So you say that, but it probably is because the power of suggestion with whiskey is very
Very
real.
powerful.
If not bananas, then some other fruit.
Bananas a berry.
Dare I say, plantains.
Isn't that essentially a banana?
No, it's
Just
a little
sweeter?
banana. It's
Yeah.
in the same vein.
Word.
Yeah, well, enough smelling.
Well,
Let's do some
a
drinking.
little banana.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, that is fucking good.
Get a little bit of that smokiness like the fucking Ardbeg had, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But there is a smokiness to it.
There is a slight.
There is a smokiness to it.
There is a slight percentage of peated malt in that
I could
Hakushu.
tell you that, yeah.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not overpowering like the Ardbeg.
No,
it's
it's
not the
the-
dominant note.
It's like if you're drinking a weak absinthe, it doesn't quite make you want to throw up, but you know it's there. It's peaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's okay, but it's terrible. Yeah.
Man, I disagree. I like this one.
Feel free to.
It's fucking sweet, man. The liquid's kind of thick. It's got a smokiness to it. It doesn't seem like something that I would want to sit there and drink like 3 glasses of it.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
no.
But like one glass, it's pretty fucking good. I think maybe like at the second or third one, you might be like over it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's good.
Well, and it also doesn't hit me like some of the other ones. Like, sure, I was already sweating, but it's not making me hotter.
Yeah.
So I would give that a smoothness. Like,
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, a middle metric.
yeah,
It does not make me sweat more than I already am.
but still sweating.
Sweatability, a new class in whiskey.
It's a very
genres.
low
I give it
sweatability.
a meh on the sweat scale. So I'll put her in the middle, 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I've had much worse, but I've also had a lot better. But it wasn't terrible. So all the butts, give it a 2.5.
Okay. Yogs.
Boom.
3.6. 3.6.
3.6.
Yeah, 3.6.
3.6 Mafia.
It's because it is delicious
Gotta stay
Hard.
flat.
for one
Yeah,
glass,
for
but
Wall Street.
I don't feel like I would enjoy it for more than one glass. It's a little sweet, but it has a really nice floral, really aromatic flavor. But because of that, I think it would like fuck me up after like more than one glass.
True.
Yeah.
I'd be getting like sugar stomach and shit. But
Yeah,
that's just me.
True.
You know, and then again, I taste the floral really strong. I taste the wood barrel. I taste the barrel like whatever it was in really strong, but that's it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So for those reasons, 3.6.
3.6.
for those reasons,
Right on.
I am out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I give this one a 4. I really like it. It's it's got nice floral notes. I get like a little bit of coconut. It's like some sugar in there, and it's got the oakiness as well, obviously. Got that little bit of peatiness just to add to the complexity of flavors going on there. So yeah, I give it a 4. I really enjoy this whiskey.
Awesome.
Well, price
Now
it
price,
for me.
price it since you've been building it up.
Yeah, it's
Let's guess. 70.
yeah. Take a guess. We'll take some guesses.
70.
65.
You're both too low.
That's terrible. Hit us with the numbers.
85?
95?
Still too low.
Holy
Okay.
shit, 120?
So that's a no.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Oh,
no.
that's a hell no.
I stand firm at my 3.6.
Oh
then.
my
Oh my god,
I
dude.
could get so much
Yeah.
for 120 bucks.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, that's
That
out
is
there.
a $120 bottle. And a big reason why it's that expensive now is because this line is actually discontinued.
Okay.
They're not making this anymore. So
Gotcha.
that's kind of driven the price
Alright,
up.
so
But
some exclusivity. I got
So
Yeah.
as far as
Word.
Japanese whiskeys go, does this one that's at $120, is that like considered a high end, a mid end, low end on the
Well, if it was
Japanese whiskey
discontinued,
scale?
I'd
definitely
say it wasn't
on the more
high-end.
expensive end.
Well,
Yeah.
not just more expensive, but is it considered like a high end
Yeah.
Japanese?
Yes. No,
Okay.
Hakushu is a heavily sought
Hakushu.
after. It's a heavily sought after whiskey,
Okay.
Japanese whiskey. And I just got lucky and happened to see it on the shelf, and I was like,
Mine.
because I've never even seen one in person before. So I just grabbed it.
There
Well,
it is.
definitely next on our
Boogie.
whiskey
Yeah.
agenda.
Kaiyo?
Kaiyo.
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 Cow.
And
Kyle?
you'll see if you notice the label.
Japanese Mizunara. Oh, whatever. It says the peat. What kind of shit?
That's Japanese for miserable, man.
Why is everything you bring up peat now?
It's not everything.
The
It's a
last
peat.
3. So is it more? Tell me before we do
Chill
it.
filter.
Is it more peaty?
Then Ardbeg?
No, than this one.
Then this one?
Nothing is more peaty than
Ardbeg's
Ardbeg.
like the Peat Master 5000.
It really
dude.
is.
Nobody's fucking
There's-
peatier
There's
than
little bits
Ardbeg.
of peat
Well,
drowning.
There
in that
is
bottle.
a whiskey that is
Is it called just Pete?
no, it's called Octomore.
Pete's whiskey,
Pete's whiskey. It's kind of smoky, y'all.
kind of. Yeah.
I imagine the fucking Ardbeg to be brewed in the middle of a swampy peat bog like the Legion of Doom.
That's
in a
on
fucking
fire.
helmet just floating there over the surface.
Yeah.
They'll hate it.
Japanese whiskey. Let me pour some and then I'll talk about it.
Please do. Oh no.
I'm getting wood. I'm getting honey.
Yeah.
I'm getting sand.
It
I'm
actually kind of
getting
smells like
beaches and Tom Cruise playing volleyball and
legit smells like a smoker, like to cook on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh,
smells like
wow.
the wood you'd cook on.
Yeah.
an interesting thing about this. Obviously, it's peated. We know what peat is. We went over that last
Ass in a
episode.
bag.
Yeah, sure. Ass on the riverbed. But so another thing that they do with this is they start aging it in Madeira wine casks.
What does that mean? What's a
There's just
Madero?
Madeira wine. It's
Oh,
just
that's a wine.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so barrels that were used to make wine, they put it in that
Okay.
for 2-ish years, something like that.
Word.
About 2 years, and then from there they transition it into Mizunara Oak, which is local oak to Japan. And
Cool.
little side note about Mizunara, it's very high demand because of the flavors that it imparts on whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also super hard to work with because it's a very porous wood, so it's prone to leaking pretty
Really?
often. And it's not easy to shape into a barrel.
Interesting.
And it's just a real pain in the ass to work with. So
Getting those master
So does that mean
craftsmen.
Japanese oak is softer than American oak? What
in
up?
what way?
Because oak's a hardwood.
I guess you could
So
say
their-
yeah, because it's more porous.
Their
then,
oak
yeah.
is softer. Now we know why.
And that's why you lost the war.
Because your wood is soft. I love Japan. I love anime. I love the culture. But if I got banned from there, I mean, I'd be sad because it's one of the places I'd like to visit. But it's one of the places I know I'm too big for. Like, I know I'd be, like, uncomfortably
Word.
brushing shoulders with every motherfucker on the sidewalk in the train. Everybody would hate me because they'd be like, giant doo-doo! Fucking in the train cars and shit. Packed in there with my big ass. Yeah, I don't think it's a place for big people.
Stupid American too big.
Yeah.
Alright.
Too big of
Wow. Smells like smoke.
Honey and some smoke.
Yeah, some smoke, a little bit
All
of
right.
honey.
Can we taste it? I'm interested in it.
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right, let's taste
Go for it.
Worse than the first one. Yeah. Glad to have that taste back in my head, I suppose.
So what do y'all think?
There is a lot going on in there.
There
I get
is.
I get a real sweet, like aromatic, but it's almost like that sweetness and the aroma. And I keep wanting to go with honey, but I don't know why. There's probably no honey in
I
it.
wish there was honey in
But
this.
all that shit seems to sit on the top of the smoky, peaty flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you tasted the sweetness
Yeah.
first, and then peat just
It's like
punches you in this big,
Yeah.
sweaty fucking fist.
it's like an iceberg. It's got sweet on top, and then it's mostly peat assholes.
As it melts, you're like, oh, wait, this isn't ice cream at all. It's peaty asshole.
Hooray!
But actually, not bad. I don't think it's terrible. As far as peat things go, which I definitely wasn't a fan of the Ardbeg, but this is not bad to me. I think they balanced it out really well.
Yeah, it's with that the Madeira cask and also the Mizunara. it brings a lot of other kind of strong flavor influences into there. So the peat gets kind of like cut through. You know, the Madeira and the Mizunara kind of cuts through the peat and kind of leaves it until the aftertaste. At least for me.
I actually really like it. I actually like it.
This
it's something I would drink multiple times because it's almost like every time I go back to it, I'm not sophisticated enough to describe what I'm tasting, but every time I taste it, it's something different.
Yeah.
Let me break it down into numbers for you. This one is about a 4 to a 4.5 on the sweat scale. Because it's making my arm sweat.
Ooh, that's a very poor sweatability.
It is not fun over here.
Yeah, we'll rate this one first, too.
Okay.
It was worse, too. It was worse. It was worse. Yeah, I'm sweating.
I'm going to give this one a 4-1.
4-1, wow.
I really like this one. It's nice.
Nice. Right on. What do you like about it?
It's peculiar. I mean, that's part of it. It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Every time I drink from it, it's a little tastier. And yeah, it does have the Sharpie peat asshole to it, but it's just enough on the bottom to me to where I just
had one of those deep burps. Didn't come back.
Me, I give this one also a 4.
I believe that.
I lean towards wanting to give it like a 4.5, but I don't quite do that because for me, I don't think it's peaty enough to be a 4.5.
Sure, man.
It is definitely peaty enough, but
Not for me.
It's fucking Pedialyte.
Not for me. Yeah.
It's Pedia heavy.
It's light on peat. You can say that.
Ardbeg was Pedia heavy. This shit's Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Well, that shit's Pedialyte. This shit's
Pedia medium.
Pediaphile.
Pediophile.
Yeah, it's like it sneaks in like, oh, I might not do it. Boom! got you with the Pediophile.
Diddle,
I don't know why that's my go-to for like diddling balls, but just
got diddled with some
diddle
heat.
diddle.
All right, so
Hey, diddle diddle.
enough ball diddling.
tell me how much it costs,
Let's
Bryce.
get down to it, Bryce.
Yeah,
Tell
so
me.
this one a little bit better.
Anything's probably
A
better.
little bit better.
Uh-huh.
This one will run you. Oh yeah, you'll want to take some guesses?
No, I'm just
Hundo.
putting it out there.
No, too high.
Really?
Well, sure.
Too high. Yeah.
Because that's way higher than anything
80.
should be.
80 is correct.
Okay.
Correct.
What does he win, Bryce?
I pay 80.
He's got another glass. So I
He
guess
wins
already won.
more whiskey.
Good job. We already won.
Well, I tell you, boys,
Okay.
I like this one a lot. I mean, I thank you again for bringing the whiskeys on
Yeah,
the show.
thank you for the whiskeys.
This is your November whiskeys of the month. We're in the nation of Japan.
Done.
And next month will be
Somewhere
December. So,
all right, so
But yeah, I'm thinking next month we might come back to the States.
word up.
Might do it's Christmas, it's December. When I think Christmas, I think bourbon.
Okay. I think
Nice and
family
warm.
and Jesus, but
I
word.
think bourbon.
we should go ahead and round this out.
Yeah,
Thank you to the great nation of Japan. These two whiskey makers
y'all did all right.
did all right. Really like this last one. Dope. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hell
Keeping
yeah.
on up, and we'll see y'all next month for the next whiskey of the month.
Yeah, we will.